One of the main problems I have with a lot of today's outrage culture, and I'm not talking the fabricated, manufactured outrage, I mean authentic outrage, cases where someone was genuinely offended, is that it often decides what's bad and what's not allowed, not based on any consistent logic, which would allow everyone else to carefully navigate the minefield of offense that a lot of today's conversations seem to be. But instead, it's all based on the subjective emotion of the moment, which is chaos, it's unpredictable. So say I was hurt or offended, that is something that you not only needed to take into account in your actions, but it's also retroactive. So it's not enough for you to say, okay, next time I won't do that. No, because I'll go, well, I'm already hurt. What are you going to do about it? There's a price to pay. Somebody needs to make this right. But what if you didn't know and had no way of knowing? It's a bit like the crazy dictator example in my last segment. Changing the rules mid-trial so that the person who was doing something perfectly legal suddenly found out that what he was doing has become illegal and now he's in jail for it. Consider also that if the meter is subjective hurt, then there's a thing in law called the thin skull rule. In the States you call it the eggshell skull rule. And that is that you can't plead defense in cases where the damaged person was extremely fragile, and say you gave them a friendly pat on the back and they broke a bone. Now, I find that outrageous. I find the thin skull rule outrageous because how was I meant to know that you had this rare bone condition like Sam Jackson in Unbreakable, where a friendly pat on the back will break your shoulder? My intentions should matter. But I still get it, because somebody in this case has objectively been hurt. There is an objective measure of damage there, and that the victim has to have some form of recourse, because that's also chaos in their life. Somebody pats them on the back and they break a bone, that's so unfair to them. But I feel that transferring the eggshell skull rule to the realm of feelings and offense is adding an extra layer of subjectivity that goes beyond the line, I think. It's paralyzing to conversation and to conduct because somebody's going to be subjectively hurt, no matter what I say, right? There's always one person who could be offended. Hey, you got a light? Oh my god, that's exactly what the guy said to me right before he mugged me. So where's the predictability there? Where's the consistency? If my speech has to be regulated based on the thinner skull and extreme cases of subjective hurt, so I don't think we should have rules and regulations for these type of things because they depend on a person being subjectively offended, so they could never be objective and therefore predictable. I can't consistently plan my life around it, at least not within a framework where we value the free exchange of ideas and words.